I brought you a book.
A book?
Yeah, I made a book.
A Song of Ass and Fine Tits.
No.
This is.
I want to look at it.
Oh, just wait till I'm done.
It'll be all sticky by the time you're done with it.
It's all in black and white, so Mike didn't spring for a good printing. Yeah, it's
Yeah, since they decided to do the cheesy thing of putting a book in the fucking show. It's like I'll make my own. And they didn't have any tits this episode, so
No tits.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much every nude
Titless.
scene in Game of Thrones.
Are there any dicks in there?
Point it out. No.
Are there dicks?
Nope. Yeah, there is.
It's classy too. It's black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just brought a
it's
laser jet printer.
It's historical. It's, yeah, there's some Theon dick. Back when he had some.
I want to see.
Yeah, Mike, this
Quit
is
hawking it.
this is a great book.
Yeah, I think I should sell it.
Nice. Oh, and fine tits. Not just tits,
Song
but
of Ass and Fine
tits.
Tits.
Wow. Masande got
I couldn't
the
think of a
second.
better word for fire.
Is there any reason, like, why the order? Like, why they're in this order?
No
Okay.
reason.
Wow. Oh, there's John's ass.
Yeah, look at that.
Nice.
But
This is great for the viewer, for the listeners at home.
It's,
But
Grey Worm's ass.
oh hey, I got a little.
Oh, you got you got the Stark girls right next to each other. That's not creepy at all. Side by side. Oh, this was a good use of time.
wow, what a great way to start the show. We got some Johnnie White Walker and and a laser jet
Beautiful.
printed book of nude scenes from Game of Thrones. Mike will be selling this as a PDF on watchersonthecouch.com.
Oh my god, so amazing.
Oh man, it's a nice look down memory lane.
You know, it really is interesting. Like, a lot of the girls aren't very, like, busty in the show. Like, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I really like that they didn't, like, go for the bust.
like
full
that.
bust. I like that. I like that.
I have a little clip in Dropbox.
Oh, Mike, I have your clip.
Oh, okay.
In fact, that's the.
Think you know where I'm going with that?
Oh, well, let's find out. Let's actually let's jump right to the cold open. This extended cold open that we've had.
In vrappa tolvio vio vinrondire derat. Tolvrio pregelat. En winter velva dornat.
Wait,
Did she just say she's a donut?
what? Hang on.
She said she's a donut.
Let's hear that again.
En winter velva dornat.
And the crowd went fucking wild. Trouble is means I am a donut. And, this is true. It means I'm a donut.
And we are the Watchers on the Couch. Welcome back to Watchers on the Couch, and I guess that's the last time we're going to be hearing that theme song for a while. Boy. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, so forgive what all the fuck-ups that we're going to have this episode, because my sound bites are scattered all over the place, and I don't have notes for where they are, because I set them up yesterday, and since then we've had a tornado, and I've forgotten everything.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Thank you. But today we're discussing the series finale of Game of Thrones, The Iron Throne. I'm Tim Pickrell.
I'm Sarah Pickerel.
And I'm Mike Daffron.
Okay. Everybody loved this episode.
Oh yeah, I have heard no complaints from anyone. Just, like, ended exactly how it was supposed to. Everybody's just, like, on cloud nine.
Best ending since Seidenfeld is what I've heard. Among other things.
Just been sitting alone by myself, like, thinking all the thoughts, trying to come to a realization that my favorite show is not only over, but the ending just wasn't very satisfying. And, you know, I didn't like that.
I don't like that.
I like that.
She didn't like that. She,
I didn't like this episode either.
Yeah.
I do.
That's good.
With some caveats, with an asterisk by it. I like it for the season that we got. I am fine with the ending. I would say I'm just fine with the ending. I am fine with the decisions that were made in this episode. I think the problem was the rush to get to them for me. I would have liked to have seen more of the journey from point A to point B rather than just, oh, hey, here's point B, by the way.
That is definitely a big problem with it, which makes it not enjoyable because of things that are rushed, and we don't get to see enough things kind of play out.
Right. So for all of you who have been saying, well, this show's ruined, at least we'll have the books, we basically did find out for sure that all the major plot beats in this story were from George R.R. Martin. So when he does do the books, there's going to be a lot of similarities. So maybe we will actually get the fill-in parts. But he basically said, don't expect the main story to change too much. So.
Okay.
I think he's full of it.
He might be, but he could
Who
be.
knows?
But he also said that, this was my original plan for the story, so it wouldn't make sense for me to change it just because people didn't like the show.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it, though?
I don't know.
Wouldn't it make sense?
It might be more enjoyable, though, if you get all the stuff in between.
Yeah.
The only thing, where they ended up was fine for me. It's just the getting there that was... I had to suspend my disappointment in things and just okay, this was the end goal. Am I fine with the end goal? And ultimately, I was fine with the end goal.
I saw a meme that kind of summed this up perfectly.
Sure.
It was like a puzzle maze where it's just like going through season 1 and you're like going through all these little intricate season 1 through 5 or 6 or whatever, and then 7 like kind of gets a little sloppy, and then 8's just like straight through
Straight
the
through the
entire
walls.
straight to whatever. It's just like, okay,
Yeah.
That's basically what happened.
It's true. One of the other things I found out, I was listening to another podcast, and it was a podcast that really pissed me off listening to it. But it was one of the other Game of Thrones podcasts where they do 4 really awkward ad reads during the course of the show.
Oh, speaking of, I had an ad to read.
Oh yeah. By the way, our sponsor today.
Is it one where one of the persons on the podcast always says the full name of the person on the podcast?
Yeah, and the other person says, "Oh, and I texted such and such, who's a such and such on the show, or I had an interview with blah 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 for."
So name dropping like all the time, basically. Is that what it is? Okay.
But I didn't even like the point. One of the people really hated it, the episode. The other one was fine with it, but even the things that she was fine, even though I agreed with her on some things, she brought up points that really pissed me off because she was reading way too much into it, in my opinion.
Okay.
But anyway, regardless.
That's happened earlier this season that I listened to that podcast, and I'm like, what? There's a couple other ones that are like that too.
I couldn't.
And I'm that's ridiculous that you think this and think that, but what? Yeah.
That they read too much into it.
It's certain things.
That's one of the problems with this show, is because there was such intricate plots based on the adaptation of the first few books that everybody's reading so much into it, and everything has to mean something. So when it doesn't, people get pissed off. Like, what's the deal with that horse? Does that mean she's deaf? Is that horse Jacques and Hagar? Then the horse just turns out to be a convenient mode to get out of King's Landing, and everybody's pissed off.
Well, I would agree with that scene if it didn't fucking take 10 minutes to get on the goddamn horse. Like some of the things in this season, like 9 minutes of slow-mo in episode 3. There's some stuff I think they put in and made longer just so they could expand the time. Be like, our episodes are so long this season.
I don't think it's to expand the time as much as it's to just be artsy fartsy.
Yeah, could be that too. But it just doesn't fit for me when everything else is rushed.
But one of the things I found out,
it was definitely not balanced. That particular part of it wasn't balanced at all. It was very odd.
That scene, with her and the horse, didn't feel like it should have been there.
Right.
Or it should have been I was a horse, so fucking come and get on it. It
should have been a quick scene. Yeah, it shouldn't have been as it shouldn't have felt as thoughtful as it felt.
Right.
Because it wasn't.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever.
One of the things I found
Yeah,
out
it's not a big deal.
from that other podcast
It is
was
a big deal.
apparently D&D, they had never written for a show before this show.
Okay.
I didn't know that. So basically, she basically said they're really good at adaptations, and they were, like the first 4 seasons, and even most of the 5th season were phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then it starts to fall apart once they
Stopped adapting.
once they didn't have books to adapt. And it was like one of those things where they really liked the show, and it's not outside the realm of possibility to assume that the author is going to finish his last 2 books in a 10-year span.
Right.
So they basically got fucking they got stranded like in the middle of this series. So then they were left to their own devices, and it didn't turn out very well, or as well as it could have. The bar was set so high.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like, I mean, I'll even stand by the fact that even bad Game of Thrones is better than most shows that I watch. But because Game of Thrones has been so good, when it's not up to par, it just feels disappointing.
Yeah. It really does.
No one is very
It's so
happy.
sad because it's just like the beginning of the series. It was so damn good, and that first episode, I will say, did not attract me as much.
First
as, like,
2 episodes,
Yeah.
why does anybody watch the
Why would
show?
anyone
Everybody
watch
is so
this?
horrible.
Yeah, all the characters are just awful, but then it just like draws you in, and like you get invested in these characters, and you're like, oh wow, this story that they're telling, it's really amazing. And then it just like it kind of just fell apart, at the end. So it was disappointing for sure. That one of our favorite, like, really well crafted shows at the beginning just kind of like fizzled out instead of like just being that strong all the way through, And I think that's where a lot of disappointment's coming from.
And I think, like I said, I actually enjoyed the episode.
Yeah.
I have like 3 things that if I wrote it, I would have done differently. But I'm also not a writer for TV, so what the fuck?
I was enjoying like the first like 20 minutes, and I was like, this is kind of cool. I liked where this is going. Some neat things could happen. I was enjoying it until fucking Jon Snow and Tyrion, their conversation, like, fucking couldn't stand it.
Really? I really liked that conversation.
Fucking Jon Snow is the dumbest motherfucker ever.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like, no, for
He's
sure.
still... it's so frustrating to even have that conversation.
Yeah.
Like what am I supposed to do? Like, he's like, oh, I can't justify, what she did. And he's like,
But I am going to say she's the king. She's the queen. So
my
she's the queen, and she saw this person die, and then this happened, and that happened. I'm like, okay, so you are going to try to justify it, and like,
Yeah.
and Tyrion even says to him, like,
hey, dum dum.
well, yeah, pretty much, and that's frustrating.
I had to remind him again, not only after Sansa talked to him, but like, or not Sansa, but Arya talked to him that Sansa's not going to bend to the knee. And then Tyrion had to remind him again, your daughters. My brain's not with it. Your daughter. The girls aren't going to bend the knee.
Yeah.
Your family isn't going to bend the knee. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
I do like...
And Arya's like, oh, I can see it. I know I kill her when I see it. Oh, no shit.
Yeah, no kidding.
Come on, duh. But John's so dumb. Like, this was the dumbest conversation ever. And it was acted well, so...
Yeah, the acting is
freaking
great.
Peter Dinklage, phenomenal. I just thought it was so stupid. And Tyrion had to spell out for Jon, because Tyrion asked Jon if he would do it. And he's like, do what? Fucking burn the city. You had a dragon. What have you...
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah. You've had that much power? Would you ever...
Come
done that?
on!
You felt the power between your legs, Jon Snow. Would you have rag all over the place?
Oh, my God.
He's like, Jon, you gotta put a knife in her heart. I know where to put it!
Point and end. Take him with the point and end. The reason I did like the scene is because you do get to see like just Tyrion leaning against the wall talking about how they've justified all the horrible shit that Dany's done because these were terrible people.
Yeah.
But now the terrible people are their people.
See, and that stuff is like basically a conversation to spell it out for the audience that I'm like, I'm already paying attention to the show. These are things I already know in my head. It's kind of like a monologue type thing that, you can write in for the audience specifically. It's not something you would actually, I don't know. It didn't necessarily come across like that because it makes sense. Tyrion having that conversation.
Yeah,
part of it.
One of the other arguments I heard about this episode, and it was another Tyrion scene. It's actually the first Tyrion scene where he finds the bodies of Jaime and Cersei. That he didn't need to find the bodies of Jaime and Cersei. That it's basically not trusting the audience to fill in the blanks. But if anything, this entire series has shown that you cannot trust the fan base to fill in the blanks. They want to see everything. Yeah. How did Arya jump from nowhere? Well, who cares? What's important is that you get to see the grief of Tyrion so he can be a fucking baller and throw that pin down the steps in front of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck this job.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. And, here's the, everybody, so I guess Jaime and Cersei only got killed by a few rocks? Well, number one, rocks falling on you sucks. I don't know how many rocks you've had fall on you.
Right.
But the other thing is, you're bitching about a 20-second chair scene. How long do you want to fucking spend watching him pick rocks up off of his brother and sister?
No, I don't think the scene should have even happened because they showed us in this episode before that it looked like the whole fucking place fell down.
It did.
And then, just a few fell on him. And luckily he was able to see Jaime's hand. Yeah. And then he takes Jaime's golden hand off and he gives it a nice little one last sad high five.
Mm-hmm. I think that's important.
That's what should have happened.
I think that's actually important. Barring the feasibility of it, because you have to suspend disbelief for a lot in this show in general. I think showing Tyrion finding the bodies and going through the grief thing, which acted superbly. That is a great scene. Yeah. Whether or not you think it's feasible or not, I think it's more important to have that scene than to not have that scene.
No, that scene didn't bother me at all. I wasn't offended by it. I thought it was nice that they showed that, that they actually died, and even though I was pissed off about how Cersei died anyway, but
actually made me, I wasn't that pissed about how Cersei died anyway. I thought it was a good end, but I especially was fine with it after that scene.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people also project, because I was just thinking about myself and how I felt in that scene. Because I'm like, why is he fucking crying over Cersei? Give me the fucking break. But for me, if that was my family, if I had a fucking sister like that,
yeah,
I wouldn't be crying, but that's me.
It's not
that's
just
not Tyrion.
It's Jaime too.
Tyrion, loves his family,
and Cersei's potential baby, and he's now his entire family is gone at this point.
He's the last.
And the only reason,
and the tallest Lannister, he's actually crying because he has to pay all the debts now. Right. It's I owe the Iron Bank so much money.
And he is. He's going to pay debts forever now, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That scene didn't bother me. Most of the Tyrion stuff didn't bother me.
No.
I did love the Dany speech thing, the whole donut thing aside, but right before it happens, when she lands and the dragon wings are behind her, dude, that really cool. The cinematics on this episode.
I thought she turned into a dragon. I was like, oh shit, yeah.
It's about that time.
She turned into a dragon now. Just like Lady Olenna told her, be a dragon.
Yeah, well, she was.
I am now.
Yeah.
You can be whatever you want, die.
Fly on my own. I thought it was funny in that speech that Jon has no fucking clue what she's saying.
That's right.
Yeah.
Doesn't know.
Can't even
Tyrion didn't know either.
Can't even infer context though, based off of how they're acting. Just is that ignorant? Or...
Wait, did I hear Winterfell?
Yeah.
What's up about Winterfell?
Yeah. Well, Tyrion speaks.
Tone of voice sounds
poor, but
Tyrion knows a little bit, so he could probably pick it up.
He probably can understand it. He just can't speak it with his dumb Westerosi tongue.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. In Japanese, it means something completely different.
Right.
Mm-hmm. She's like, yeah, we did it. Mission accomplished.
No.
Well, Jason,
Just like George Bush, right?
Jason Momoa was pissed. He was on his Instagram watching it, and he's like, and it comes to the stabbing scene, he's like, "Fuck you, punk."
Yeah.
No.
I liked I don't know, I liked how this opened, and where Tyrion's walking through the streets, and there was a good tension right there where with Grey Worm and John.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, dun dun dun.
Yes, we're finally gonna get that fight,
man. And like, I was thinking about it. Grey Worm probably would fucking be able to kill him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Nah.
I'm thinking Grey Worm might be a better fighter.
I absolutely think that he's more threatening than John is, because John would want to kill Grey Worm, but Grey Worm would absolutely kill John.
John, I don't think would have any problem if he's killing innocent people. So, and they're not innocent people, but they are prisoners. I don't fucking know. Actually, John, he doesn't know. He's not thinking anything.
Yeah.
During that scene, because he held onto his arm for a while.
Yeah.
He wasn't thinking anything. There was absolutely nothing going through his head. That's the conclusion I've come to.
Yeah.
And he's just like, duh. Oh, I'm holding an arm.
Oops.
What do you
Until
think?
Davos is like, hey, let's go talk to the queen. Oh, thanks, Davos.
Yeah, we need to talk to the queen. I need to tell her.
My penis is perfect.
John's like, Grey Worm, what are you doing? It's like, patrol. You're killing people. And Valeria and patrol mean murder.
That's how Austrians say goodbye.
Yeah, they're walking through. I don't know, everything's burnt,
Yeah.
and on fire, and I don't know.
Well, so
It's
how?
like it reminds me of a dumpster fire this episode is. So.
Okay, well let's move on. So he's had the stupid conversation with Tyrion that we've established. Mm-hmm. What about the actual scene, the Dany death scene?
When I was watching it,
Yeah.
I said out loud, I was like, just fucking stab her already.
Whoa!
3 seconds later, stab.
Stabby, stab,
And I just
stab.
like put my hands up, like, all right, now we can move on.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Oh my
because I'm
God,
like,
it's
I know
hilarious.
this is coming. It felt so silly and strange.
It felt so early in the episode for that to happen. Like,
Not to me. I was like, yeah,
You were
it's
just
coming right
come
now.
on, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as
and
they
if
were
it doesn't,
as soon as they were up there alone, you knew this was going to be the death scene.
exactly.
But yeah, I do think like that scene happens too early in the episode.
Okay.
Not knowing what the rest of the episode had to show. It's like,
Right.
man, they killed
Seriously.
her. Like, it's 25 minutes in and they already killed her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, okay. That's the one scene that I would do different if I could. But I think I said this last episode where I thought there should have been a Jon and Grey Worm fight. So the way they set this up, if I had to do it over again, Grey Worm would have been in the room because it makes no sense for Dany to be in that room without some kind of guard.
No, Drogon was the guard. There was almost
Yeah.
a dragon attack.
Yeah.
like
Almost. So what I would have liked to have seen is
Queen.
yeah. As soon as Dany says they don't get to choose, that's when Jon has he just out and out says,
He has his
"Oh,
moment,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm not
realizes.
down for this." And
Yeah.
then she goes, "Okay, well, Grey Worm, take him away too." And then Jon and Grey Worm fight. Jon kills Grey Worm, but he still can't bring himself to kill Daenerys because he's still kind of a bitch. Mm-hmm. But then Arya appears out of nowhere and stabs her.
Oh, you can't just count on Arya for everything.
She wanted to assassinate a queen. Let her assassinate a queen. Let the assassin assassinate.
No, what would be better is Grey Worm's there, and she's like, "Take Jon away," and then takes off the mask, and it's Arya.
Oh.
Somebody else said that, but Grey Worm has to be dead for that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she kills him.
Off screen?
I don't fucking know. Why not?
I mean, yeah, I
Right?
guess.
Like you were saying, you don't need to see that, right? You just Grey Worm can be anywhere, apparently, in this show because he was murdering people in the streets when Jon saw him earlier in the scene.
Yeah.
Jon's going to where how the fuck did Grey Worm beat him to the Red Keep?
Who knows? Maybe he took a moment.
That was a little bit of an
He had
error.
to bend a knee a few times. To
Bending areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That when the dragon was underneath the snow,
That was awesome.
I was like, "Oh, a dragon just appeared. Do you want to attack or flee?" like a video game. You know, it's like
Choose
Final
your adventure
Fantasy.
book, yeah.
You know?
So cool. Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry.
She never got
Final
to sit
Fantasy
in
VII
that damn
music.
chair. She never got to sit in the damn chair.
Good.
She fought all that, and didn't even get to sit down.
That's
She's
right.
touched one of the swords, you know?
Yeah, just like in her vision, right?
Yeah, got all moist. Super moist.
Is that in your book?
Yeah. Yep.
And then then Drogon. I thought they
Stabbing.
did so much, like, for as much fan hate as this episode gets, they tried to jerk off the fans really hard this entire episode. they tried to semi like hint at every, like, give a wink to every fucking theory there is. Like, we thought we were going to see Jon get burnt or not, and that doesn't happen. So instead he melts the throne down, which most of us knew was going to happen. Like, the throne was just not going to exist anymore.
I didn't know that.
I mean,
I had no idea that
Okay.
was going to happen, but whatever. Did you know that?
I didn't know that Drogon would melt it, but I figured, like, in one way or another, it probably wouldn't exist. It probably wouldn't be a thing anymore.
Okay.
Somehow they get rid of it.
Okay.
I like
So
even if
we have talked about, like,
yeah.
you know, Drogon melting it or...
We've talked about a lot of stuff that actually happened in this episode.
So I like the memes of Drogon, like, oh, pointy thing in her heart.
Yeah.
Chair has pointy things.
It must
Oh,
have been the
melt
chair.
the pointy things. Chair killer. And then other people are like, Drogon is the smartest, like, being in the whole realm. So he doesn't kill, like, it's the pursuit of the Iron Throne is like what got her killed.
Yeah, right, right.
John, I wish there was a scene where Drogon comes up and John's like, "Oh, look what happened! I don't know. I just got here too."
So I want to get into that as well. The Drogon things. It was interesting to me that he doesn't kill Jon as well, but I guess he does like Jon.
Yeah.
Because like Jon had a bond with the dragons as well,
Right.
and like so would have Tyrion. He's
a Targaryen as well.
Yeah.
I wonder if in these prequels we're going to see that, like, dragons are completely loyal to Targaryens and won't kill them or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I don't know.
yeah,
Throwing it out there.
So this is the other part. I have 3 problems with this episode. The death scene, where I think they should have had the kill Grey Worm moment, and then the Jon is locked up for stabbing Daenerys in the heart, but the only way they would have known that is because Jon's so fucking honorable. He told them what happened because nobody else is there.
There's not even any evidence of her body.
There's just the blood stain on the snow, and that
Right.
was it. It's like Drogon went pissed. He like taloned her and then burned a bunch of shit and flew off. Mm-hmm. Jon, haven't you learned anything about how to lie after the season finale? of
Jon
7?
Snow knows nothing, and Aegon is a fucking egghead. All right, doesn't matter what you call him. He's a fucking idiot.
How many people would still be alive if Jon just learned how to lie?
Right.
How many?
Everybody in King's Landing.
Probably everybody in King's
Oh, well,
Landing.
there you go.
Because if he didn't,
Because he would have been. Because if he said
kept it
that
a secret.
yeah, if he would have lied and bent the knee to Cersei,
Yeah.
they could have forestalled all of that.
Right. Shit.
Man, Jon's so fucking dumb.
Bendy knee.
He shouldn't have been king. The right thing happened to Jon, actually. Like, everybody's pissed. Oh, I guess he was a Targaryen for no reason. Well, fuck him.
I don't think it was for no reason.
Yeah, it's just to
you
make
know,
the...
that was part of the reason that Dany kind of went crazy in a sense. Mm-hmm. So
That didn't help.
Or
part of the
it.
reason,
Well,
like they fell in love, then they found out about this and that, and
well, and it also gave the conspiracy to, like, Varys and Tyrion, the conspiracy to try to
Right.
get rid of her. Like, if they didn't have Jon, they probably wouldn't have done that.
I think it's very strange. I mean, it would have been nice if there were more seasons. We would have, I think, got more of it. Okay?
For sure.
So, and it would have been more satisfying. I think it would have played out different. more in depth.
I agree. I can definitely see. I think Jon killing Dany, Bran being on the Iron Throne is definitely the plans for the books, but how we get there is probably different.
Right. Ooh, so Jon maybe gave her the kiss of death, huh? Yeah, because they were kissing.
And then
Yeah.
stabby stab.
Yeah.
Jon doesn't have much luck with girlfriends.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, that's a shame. Because
I like,
he cleans up real nice.
what about the Red Queen?
it's a real nice butt. I mean,
The other
women should be grabbing it all over the place, you know?
the other Red Priestess brings Ollie back just to shoot Daenerys in the back while she's kissing Jon.
Oh, no.
Oh, fuck Ollie. This episode, like, watching it for me, it was kind of just like if I had to just sit and watch a picture of Ollie's face all day. That's how bad this episode is. It's not that bad. I'm just kidding. Fucking around.
But you hate Ollie.
That's right. He hates,
Exactly. And I don't like this episode.
Yeah, I'm the only person that likes this episode.
I heard Danny was like, oh, when I was that little girl, I could count to 20.
Yeah.
John's like, you can count to 20? Can you teach me?
Oh, my God.
I will say that melted throne kind of more looks like melted rock than it does
Steel?
melted steel.
I wouldn't know.
It doesn't really matter.
I wouldn't know the difference.
And I'm not an expert. I'm not Gendry.
Okay.
Just something I noticed.
Gendry
And I'm
does.
probably wrong. Like, it probably looks
Yeah,
just like that.
Gendry does. He takes that melted puddle down and heats it back up and makes a wheelchair throne for.
Oh, shit.
Dang.
Help me break the wheel. Fuck you. We got 2 wheels now.
Yep.
These wheels don't break.
Fucking Bran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently the best story
Yeah.
ever told.
Who has the best story here?
Everybody?
Brad! I'm like, what?
Yeah, that speech. I mean, I like anytime Tyrion gives a speech, but it's not necessarily the most compelling reason. Although I do agree with Bran being on the throne, because who else would you put on there?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe Sansa?
Yeah.
No, that's not Sansa's story arc.
I don't care about her story arc. It makes more sense from her than Bran. Bran is not even fucking Bran anymore, but they call him Bran the Broken. That's nice too. Hey guys, how about like Bran the Baller, motherfucker?
Yeah.
Yeah, put some respect on my name.
Some name calling going around, just bullying Bran all the time. Bran
Right.
who's Bran the Broken? And just like kids make up like jump rope songs about him.
Well,
you know?
you're also that's also implying modern connotations on like titles. Like his body's broken. It's true. So
Well, he's also not going to break for like 1,000 years, so because he's a three-eyed raven
Yeah.
and like live, 1,000 years.
Yeah, sure, why not?
well, I mean, yeah.
Bran, no, it's messed up. Like, especially what he said, because he's like, yeah, why do you think I came down here, dummy? What? So has he been planning this the whole fucking time?
No, he can just see what's happening and surmises. He does get glimpses of the future, even though he can't really control it, because he sees the dragon over King's Landing.
It is weird though that he denied being Lord of Winterfell, even though and then
Exactly.
he takes.
Well, other
It's like,
stuff.
I can't be lord of anything. I'm not Bran anymore.
I'm not
I
myself
don't really
anymore. Yeah.
want anything.
Yeah.
Is that a type of person that you want, on the throne? If he has to bring justice to anybody, he'd be like, well, that's where you're supposed to be.
You were exactly where you were supposed to be.
It's okay.
No, I agree with the choice. I think it's the best choice. And you can't keep applying things to people what they say in the past because people are not consistent. Like a bunch of shit's happened since Bran said I can't be lord of anything.
Sure.
He especially can't be lord of anything because he's going to be king of something.
What happened between then?
Well, the Night
do you
King
mean?
died.
He said that before that. Or he said that after.
No, he said that when he arrives in Winterfell last season.
He said that this season, I think.
He
with
said that he
Tyrion.
doesn't want anything. And he doesn't want
Like
the
with
throne.
him and Tyrion when they talked, and this was after the battle,
You're
and which I was like, why are they even talking about any of this shit anyway? They sat down in episode 2, supposedly for a long conversation before the battle started.
And everybody's like, oh, I guess that's not going to have a fucking payoff. And then it does, and everybody's still pissed off.
Bran did plan it. Him and Tyrion are fucking in on it. Bran's like, hey, dude, this and this is going to happen. Just... you're going to be in prison, but say, hey, Brad should be king. I'll be like, yeah, dude. And you're going to be my hand, man. Just act like you don't want it, though. You don't deserve it. Everybody be cool with it. Mm-hmm.
Yep, I have no problem with any of that.
God damn it.
Everything that happened made sense.
It's fucking Doctor Strange. Like,
so?
Especially if he says it like Ted Theodore Logan, like,
there's
I come from the future, man.
Yeah.
Like,
you can make the argument that somebody who has seen all the failures of the past doesn't necessarily need to be king. He just needs to be an advisor. But at the same time, Dany doesn't listen to any of her fucking advisors. So
I don't know. He needs a master of whisperers.
yeah, right.
I mean, that's
such a joke.
He doesn't need much of anything. Like
exactly.
Were you guys
irritated?
Can I just bring this up? Because it really did irritate me. Like, it felt like so much longer than it was, but like the 20-minute scene where Tyrion is like doing Marie Kondo to the chairs, like trying to like just reorganize and get the feng shui right. Like, what was that? Did that bother you guys? Because it bothered me. It totally bothered me.
Didn't bother me at all.
Yeah, it didn't bother me at all either.
Oh my God.
Because he's kind of this is the reorganizing.
This is the reorganizing. This is the
Landing.
epilogue. This is
Right.
So he's like, okay, well, let's.
I was irritated by it.
He's trying to reorganize the whole structure of government. That's what that's like symbolizing.
Starts with chairs.
And then what happens? Everybody fucking just makes a mess of them.
That's their thing.
And like, oh, the wheel keeps on turning.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't.
Same shit. Like, it's like the same thing is happening. It doesn't matter if Bran is on the throne or not.
Oh, there's definitely going to be some fallout. Because, well, yeah, like number one, okay, well, the North is independent now. Which I'm fine with. That's the storyline for that. It works. Like, Sansa doesn't need to be queen of, like, her character has grown beyond wanting to be like the princess to the king of the Seven Kingdoms or something like that. After everything that happens to her, her priority is the North. She wants to make sure the North is taken care of. Her being queen of the North is fine.
Yep, I'm okay with that.
And that's why it doesn't make sense for her, why you have Bran as king over Sansa as queen.
All right, what about Davos?
I'd be fine with Davos. If they had said Davos, I would have been fine with that too. But, the one problem with Davos is...
You were exactly where you were supposed to be.
Nope, that's that one. Oh, here it is.
I'm not sure I get a vote, but aye.
Sorry, everybody. I don't have my shit labeled.
More, it was way too easy for Sansa to just be like, and the North is independent. Right, Bran? And he's like, gives her a nod, like, and North, like...
It's your choice.
Shouldn't, like, Dorne be like, we've kind of always been independent.
Listen, man, you fucking...
as well.
They snooze, they lose. They let Sansa vote last.
And Yara wouldn't have stood up and be like, yeah, me too. I'm donesy with that.
The original Me Too movement.
Well, that's probably...
Yep.
I mean, that's probably a fallout that will happen from this that you just don't... I mean, that's not part of the story. That's a story for another day that will never happen.
No, it should have happened right then. Everybody should have been like, oh, that's an option? All right, cool.
Well,
I mean, Bran doesn't really give a shit about anything, so he's probably just going to give me a nod, be like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe.
I like how they trick Grey Worm.
Yeah.
Everybody hated that. Everybody said Grey Worm deserves better. Fuck Grey Worm.
Oh, I don't think he deserved better.
I love that they clowned Grey Worm.
I think it's stupid that Grey Worm didn't fucking kill Jon. Like, why would he even be in prison? Like, Grey Worm would kill him.
Yeah, I mean, there's that, but he didn't, so that's where we are.
Because he's imprisoned by the Unsullied. It's not like he's imprisoned by Northerners.
Yeah, the only reason
so
they
he
have
could
to...
go to where John's at any fucking time that he wanted, and we know like a week or whatever because his beard grew. Some time has passed.
Yeah.
It's been like the time it takes the North to get there is 3 weeks.
Sure.
So, yeah, but at the same time, they would have had to have fought everybody after that. Like, the only reason they have to entertain the Unsullied is because they have King's Landing right now. But the Unsullied doesn't outnumber anybody.
And they're all like, Grey Worm's just like, all right, that sounds good. I'll make my own house, and it'll be gone in 50 years because none of us have dicks. We'll be dead before then because we're going to Nath, which has like poisonous butterflies, and we won't be immune. So that's not in the show. That's just fucking something in the book. So
That's fun.
yeah, they're like, he has no idea. Well, those dummies. No dick dummies.
I get Grey Worm being pissed at Jon and wanting Jon dead.
Yeah.
His animosity towards Tyrion doesn't make any sense because all Tyrion did was throw a pin down. You don't get to speak. Well,
yeah, and Grey Worm does know Tyrion too.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So, I don't know. A lot of people have said, why does Tyrion even get to speak? Well,
because everybody...
The only thing he did do, well, is like you said, he just threw away his hand to the king.
Yeah, that was the thing. Everybody said...
Everybody there, like Sansa and him have a good relationship. He has, good relationship with Davos. So... people would listen. And
the other thing is, like, why did Tyrion get off so easy? It's because everybody bent the knee to Daenerys. That's fucking why. The North was allied with them, and the Eyrie was allied with the North, and such and such. So, like, Tyrion hasn't done anything wrong to anybody there.
Yeah. He didn't, So...
like, the only one that could have been pissed was Yara, and I think, I like to think that ship used to be Yara's that Arya sails on, and she killed her and took it, and had him put wolves on it, because that was a Stark ship.
Yeah, it totally was.
The entire thing had like a direwolf motif to it. So that's one of the other things, like how long there's one, it takes forever to get to the wall, but also it takes forever to commission a ship. So there's a decent amount of time that passes when they have their goodbyes and stuff. So
I'm surprised Sansa wasn't like, you're not taking one of my ships.
It's like, you don't have ships. We don't have ships. There's no water here. Here's the last thing I'll get into, and then I'll get into the final thing that pisses me off. Sending Jon to the Wall. Yeah. The Wall is in the North. The North is independent. They shouldn't be sending anybody to the Wall.
Yep.
It's like, but...
I can't believe that's still a job, though.
And that's what Bran wants, man.
That's so bizarre.
I think it's... Yeah, I mean, this is how they clown Grey Worm. It's like, once they get to Nath, you can come back. But it just fucking...
Staying on the North. Nope. Bran is holding strong, and he wants those fucking wildlings back where they belong.
Yeah.
Bran's a racist towards wildlings.
Totally.
They still
Jon
need
goes up there, hey, motherfuckers, I know you helped us defeat the undead, but you gots to go. Get above that wall. And don't try to go through the hole over in Eastwatch, okay?
Well, that's the thing. Like, even when Tyrion's telling Jon that, he's going back to the Night's Watch, there's always going to be a place where they need to send bastards and broken men. Wink, wink. It's just like they totally clowned Grey Worm, or they just didn't think that, hey, isn't the wall in the North and nobody has to fucking answer?
Because Grey Worm has control of the city, basically control of everything.
Yeah, but they have no leadership experience. All they know how to do is fight people. So
Patrol.
All they do is eventually starve.
What happened to Dothraki? They're just fucking hanging around King's Landing?
No, I think they got on a ship too, didn't they? Didn't they get on a ship?
I didn't see the Dothraki on the ship, but I didn't look too hard. But I figure, like, the Dothraki won't necessarily stick around once the Khaleesi's gone.
Well, yeah, they want to probably go back to, what is it, where they came from, like the... I don't know. I can't think of the name.
They're going to go down to Highgarden and take it away from Bronn.
They should.
They really should.
Talk about somebody who's not qualified for that job.
No kidding.
Like, you're going to be master of coin because you like coins, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still fine with it. Like, it's a TV show. I want to see where... My thing was, I don't want a fucking Sopranos ending. I want a resolution for all the characters. And we got one.
Yeah.
So
it was nice like that.
The one thing I didn't need to see this fucking episode was any Samwell Tarly.
What?
Yes.
Why? Why?
Samuel Tarly detracted from the episode for forced yucks.
I did not feel that way.
Same way with Edmure.
Yeah. But, like, a little of Edmure would be like, why the fuck's Edmure even there? It's like, shouldn't he still be locked in a dungeon, like, forgotten about? But maybe we should have everybody vote. Oh, dumb Sam. My horse will vote.
Yep. it was just like...
And then Arya's like, my horse will vote.
It's just like that scene with Ed Sheeran. That's right, Sheeran. And
because he gets burned by fire.
Well, where they had that little laugh, Arya's like, I'm going to kill the queen. And then there's quiet, and then...
My horse will kill the
It
queen.
was like that. I can't stand that shit. Like, get the fuck out of here.
But then, of course, we're going to end...
Democracy. Low dose. I bet he's into the low dose. Fucking dummy.
It'll take me too long to get back to that bank, but pretend I pressed the low-dose button. But then the other thing, which Mike has been predicting forever, is the Sam with the A Song of Ice and Fire book.
Well, I'm not the only one. There's tons of people who've said that.
Okay, well, I don't exist on Reddit and Twitter, so...
Right. I might have even got it from that. I don't remember.
Okay. But, yeah, it's like, oh, man, that's so fucking forced, and I hate it so much.
I
It didn't bother me at all. I thought it was kind of charming.
I hate it.
Really?
And then
I hated
it would have been fine if he had just dropped it there, and then Tyrion goes, well, I bet that'll be controversial, or whatever he says. Like, oh, I think people will be okay with it. Fuck off.
They don't mention Tyrion in the book. In that book, Tyrion is not mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
You get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Tyrion's like one of the most important characters of that story.
Well, it's written by a maester, and maesters predicted the longest winter in 100 years, and it only lasted like 3 months. So
It didn't even last that long.
Well, assuming how long it would take to walk up there and charter a ship and all that.
All right, fine. 3 months.
Because you have to
God.
you have to go from Daenerys arriving in Westeros to now. Mm-hmm. But yeah, still. Maybe their winters have never been that long.
Who knows?
Children will be born and die in the winter. Like, and they'll only see winter. So that's true for a lot of babies in King's Landing.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Live their whole lives in winter.
Doesn't feel right.
So sad.
But then I don't know how much of the winter, like especially the winter that comes north, is just brought by the Night King. Like, because it seems heavily suggested that the winter in the north is greatly artificial because of the presence of the White Walkers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe that's true.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
Who knows?
But it's over, and then there's grass growing.
And then
in
there's
the north,
water bottles by Sam
on the
Tarly's
wall.
feet. And...
There's 2 water bottles, yeah.
2?
Yeah, one was
just
on one was on Bran's head. I saw it on Instagram.
What?
They keep photoshopping it. Like the kid who plays Bran, I don't know if he's even a kid anymore. He has a photoshopped one of the bottle on his head, and then a little later he posts another one of the bottle on his head, and he's not wearing pants.
Oh, I saw the one where he's not wearing pants. Yeah.
And then Brienne's been sharing, or Gwendolyn Christie's been sharing all the ones with what she's actually writing in the book. Fugly skank.
Yeah. Yeah, she does Jamie good.
But the going back to the Sam thing is, how the fuck is Sam Grand Maester?
I don't know.
When did he get all of his
So at
chains?
that time, he wasn't.
When he's in the white robes, that's not Grand Maester?
Oh, no. So that's... I thought you were talking about, like, the King's Moot when they're...
Right, no, then
decide
he's
what to
just
do.
head of House Tarly.
Right. And then, yeah. I don't know, maybe he got an honorary doctorate because he saved the world.
Because Bran told him all the answers to the questions.
Right. Just fed it to him beforehand. It's amazing.
It's a bunch of Johnsons is what that is.
How long does it take to be a maester?
I don't know. Maybe it actually doesn't take that long.
Takes 3 months.
No one knows.
Takes a whole winter.
Well, listen, he cured somebody of grayscale.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not
they're
saying-
his first miracle.
I'm not saying that Sam shouldn't be Grand Maester. I'm saying he got Grand Maester pretty quick from not having any chains at all.
No, yeah, for sure.
Or I guess he had one chain. Or something.
How many chains
Yeah,
do you
that's
need to
true.
be Grand Maester?
Fuck if I know.
You know,
Yeah, you know what? Maybe that's a
true.
failing. I don't know what a fucking Grand Maester is. Maybe you don't need 7 chains to be Grand Maester.
Yeah. Maybe it's a thing where, all right, you're assigned as the maester here, but as life goes on, you learn more and prove that you know this and this and this, then you get more chain.
Isn't that just life, though? Like, you're always learning.
No.
You're like-
Yeah.
Oh,
The real-
trust me, not everybody is always learning.
The real adventure is the Grand Maesters we meet along the way.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of dummies out there. Hey, I win! What's west of Westeros? Yeah!
The
You
re-
got
I've been
that.
calling that since like season 6 when she said it.
You totally got it.
And then John's like, I don't know. And she's like, no one knows. And it's like, isn't your name No One?
Shouldn't you know?
No one knows.
It's like, no one's gonna... She should have said, no one's gonna know.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
better.
man.
I should write for this show, but I've been saying that for 2 years now.
Well, the
And
show's
now it's
over.
I'm going to rewrite this show. The fans wanted a redone 8th season. We're going to do it with Funko Pops. And
Do some fan fiction, man.
it's not fan fiction. It's going to be the new canon for season 8, all in Funko Pops.
Another thing about Bran being king,
Okay.
you're going to put the guy who could have prevented all of this on the Iron Throne. He could have prevented everything.
How?
How?
He could have fucking warred into the dragon. He says in this episode, like, "How's Drogon? Oh, maybe I can find him."
Maybe.
Well, okay, so.
And he can
so-
warg into things. So that means Bran now gets the power of the dragon. You're going to trust Bran, who doesn't have compassion or empathy, to fucking have nuclear weapon, basically.
Sure.
You don't know that Bran can warg into a dragon, first of all. That's a lot of fucking power.
He could barely warg into Hodor.
You can
He can warg into a wolf.
That he can warg into ravens or other birds or whatever. So maybe that's how he plans on finding Drogon, is finding other animals around Drogon to figure out where he's at. Not necessarily to warg into.
Yeah, I feel like...
And the guy that can make Hodor.
I'm just going to Hodor everybody.
Yeah, that's punishment for your crimes. Like, you get fucking Hodor.
You get Hodor.
Oh, your name's Willis? You're automatically
Fucking-
Hodor.
Edmund Tully should have been... Edward Tully should have been the next Hodor.
Yeah.
I need a Hodor.
He does need somebody to hold doors for him because you have one guy to push.
Yeah.
The guy pushing can't hold the door too.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, it's Podrick, so he can hold it open with his dick.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, why is Brienne fucking Kingsguard at King's Landing and not at Winterfell?
Why? Why would she
She
be?
doesn't-
She swore an oath to Sansa and her mom, and
Maybe
she's supposed to be there protecting
maybe
the
Sansa
Stark girls.
gave
Obviously,
her-
one's gone. Doesn't need protecting.
Maybe Sansa gave her leave. Maybe Sansa
Yeah, maybe she
said,
doesn't- yeah.
you're a knight, live your life, enjoy life. War's over.
And she was also knighted.
Go get some of that dick. Go get some good dick. Go get
Oh,
some.
she's never gonna get dick again.
Go get some.
Yeah, she can't get dick. She's a gold cloak or a red cloak.
Just
or
forget
whatever.
forget those fuck boys. Just go-
Pod can't get any either.
Yeah, Pod's gonna get some.
No, he's Kingsguard, right?
Yeah, well, I feel like that's an
What are you
outdated
talking
thing that we
about?
don't need anymore.
Kingsguard.
It's like, why does
can't-
everybody?
can't fuck?
Yeah,
That's a thing.
yeah.
No,
You can take. It's the same thing as the Night's Watch. You can't hold land.
That's so
you
stupid.
can't. You can't father children.
Why would you want to be a Kingsguard?
Honor, I guess. Yeah, no, it is dumb. The difference is the Kingsguard. You're actually supposed to be celibate, where in the Night's Watch you're just not supposed to be able to father any children.
Well, what's the? So you just pull out in
Yeah.
the Night's Watch? No big deal.
Why do you think I came all this way?
Oh yeah,
Find
so yeah,
other
you could
ways.
still fuck, right?
Yeah, you
So
can,
yeah,
you
so
can find ways.
The Night's watching, so fuck.
Yeah, ways to get around that.
Yeah, you could kill him afterwards. You know,
If they get pregnant.
But we're-
stab him in the stomach. Just
But again, this is like
they're whores anyway, so their lives aren't
It's a
really
war on women
worthwhile.
all over again.
and this is the yeah, this is one of those things where we're just supposing like that everything's going to maintain status quo. I mean, they can change whatever rules they want.
Right? I think
It's your choice.
I think it would change.
And I think a lot of people would stay in the the 6 kingdoms just because a lot of people like to be ruled. And if like somebody's a good ruler and they're making jobs and whatever and rebuilding walls, then it's It's good for everybody.
Yeah. I know somebody who wouldn't stay up north, and that's fucking Tormund.
Oh, I know.
Like, hey, John.
Where's the big woman?
First, he'd be like, hey, how's your girlfriend doing? Like, about that. Had to stab her.
And he's like, no.
I've been in that situation before.
He's like, no, I know. We get the Ravens. I was just fucking with you.
But the big woman, huh?
Oh, my God.
Like, yeah, she's single now. Oh, shit. I'm going to King's Landing.
I'm making a run for it. Oh, my God. Oh, I loved that so much. I loved that little thing where the actor who was playing Tormund was doing the dolls.
The kissy faces with the dolls.
That was hilarious.
It was so amazing. It just brightened my day.
Oh, dude,
that video was hilarious.
Yeah, he's my favorite person. I think.
know, mine too. Oh, and then the other meme where showing him and then the kid who got breastfed. What's his name?
Robin Aaron.
Yeah, showing how breast milk really does do a body good.
Yeah. His sexy man now.
He's all right, but it just made me feel so creepy thinking that he was cute. Like I was just like, oh, but he was like.
Yeah, see, and that's how every guy felt about the Arya sex scene.
Yeah, it made me feel weird.
Like, hey.
Yeah, I don't like how I feel about this.
Hey. Like, I don't know, whatever, you can suck on my boobie.
I mean, it didn't, you might have felt weird about it, but it didn't prevent you from putting it in a song of ass and fine tits.
Man, I should have put that picture of Robin Aaron sucking on a boobie.
Oh, gross. So gross.
Well, that's not a real...
It should have been in there, though.
That's also not a real boobie, so...
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh, thank God.
It's prosthetic.
I don't think you can actually have a teenager suck a boobie in TV.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I think his mom was on set too, like the whole time. Like that would be strange. Be like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Letting my kid be on TV sucking a tit.
I forgot that Alfie did like full frontal on this. So I totally blanked on.
Oh man, I forgot Hodor in there.
Hodor had full frontal too.
Yeah.
When?
Yeah, big old giant Hodor.
Yeah, OSHA saw him with all naked.
Dang. And then there was that other random guy in the streets when Cersei was like walking through the streets. Do you remember that?
He's like, I'm a Lannister too.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. A whole season of titties, but only 3 dicks the entire season.
I don't know
or
if
not
it's
season, but
I don't know if
series.
it's only 3.
Series.
There's been a bunch of dicks, all right?
Oh yeah, there was the guy that they
John
drugged
is
naked.
one of them.
There was the guy that tried to poison Danny in like back in season 2 or 3, and then they stripped him naked and made him walk through the streets.
Okay.
Wieners.
Sorry to divert the topic to penises, but
No, that's the show.
that's what I like talking about.
Yeah,
That is the show.
we've gone way too long on this. Like we've barely had penis talk this season, I think, compared to our other seasons.
Yeah.
You want me to show you my penis?
What else we got? Let's see.
Well,
John going north.
Sansa is the Queen of the North.
Mm-hmm.
The Queen of the North!
Queen of the North!
Queen of the North! Queen of the North!
Queen of the North! Queen of the North!
Queen of the North! Queen of the North!
Queen of the North! Queen of the North!
Queen of the North!
Queen of the North!
I am not the Queen of the North.
I liked her crown.
Yeah.
Her whole
she looked
outfit
great.
was pretty good.
Yeah.
Costume designers on the show were...
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic.
Arya's sailing costume was pretty sweet too.
That was slick. That was neat stuff. Slick stuff.
That's one of my favorite things of this show, to be honest.
I don't think I have that clip anymore. I think I took it off.
That's fine.
Especially like I was never like a medieval I didn't like a lot of shows that are medieval setting in a way.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them just look cheap and cheesy, and the costumes generally kind of look cheap and cheesy.
Yeah, yeah.
But man, this show, like that very first episode, the pilot, I'm like, oh, they're fucking stepping up the game. This looks fantastic.
yeah.
It's filmed well.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It looks great. Yeah, everything was great.
Pretty much that.
It has always been.
Yeah,
so.
that and Lord of the Rings are pretty much the only ones where you get that from, where they put time into that stuff. Everything else, like even if you watch just period pieces, like Well, the Tudors was okay, but like the Borgias and like some of those other ones, like even it's actually historical, and it doesn't. It looks a little weird.
Looks cheesy.
And they put details in the costumes,
Yeah.
and they change them often and put little detailed changes in them.
Yeah.
Like Brienne, the Kingsguard, and she has like a raven on her Kingsguard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's cool.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yep, it was something that was called out. I think I saw it separately. I didn't notice it while I was watching it, but it was called out
same
separately
here.
after we watched the
Well,
show.
Even Robin Aaron's outfit, where it's got the eerie bird on it, but you don't get to see that in the show. I had to see the photos that were released for the episode to get a close enough picture to see it. Like, that's a lot of detail for a fucking far shot.
But it's amazing, and it makes it seem so much more realistic because if you were in that kind of atmosphere.
Oh no!
Sorry, I made him fall again.
Oh, the new King Bran fell off the wall.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Brian. Yeah, so I don't know if you were like in that kind of atmosphere, like you would see those details. Like today, like I know it's very much jeans and t-shirts, but like if you see somebody like in a really cool outfit, you're gonna notice those details. You know?
Yeah, nice Ed Hardy shirt. Yeah, looks great.
Yuck.
Look at the detail in that flaming skull.
Why would you do that?
Does that rose have barbed wire? It's so fucking cool.
What's the deal with Ed Hardy shirts? Can we just?
Do they still make those?
I don't know.
I think
Is that
that's
still
like
a thing?
No, I feel like that's like 15 years ago. I don't think they do
Oh my
that
god,
shit
that was
anymore.
so horrible. It was so horrible.
Mike's like, I got a closet full of Ed
Do you
Hardy
have?
shirts.
Do you have a Ed Hardy shirt?
No.
Do you even know what
No.
an Ed Hardy shirt is?
Kind of.
It's
Does it just have weird designs?
Yeah,
like?
it's like tattoo designs
Right,
on shirts
yeah,
and
yeah.
like very. It was like really like popular.
You
with
see a
like,
lot of them at Buffalo Wild Wings.
the guys
yeah,
with
yeah.
the like real greased up hair and
yeah,
like yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah. It's not fun, not cute.
Yeah.
Stop wearing that shit, guys. I'm just saying.
If you're still wearing that.
Yeah,
It's actually funny. I don't really see that anymore.
Yeah, I don't think you do. But I don't go out anywhere anymore. So there's that. So yeah, we have Arya sailing away. I sail away. Come sail away.
I am a pirate now. Pirate Arya.
It's a conquistador.
Are you ready, kids?
Are you ready for this spinoff? Which is not happening. The president of HBO shot that down real quick.
Oh, boo.
What would you even... I don't understand even what that spinoff would even look like. Like, she gets to the new world, and she's like, there's nobody here! Free of all people! Excuse me? There's nobody here.
No, we don't want any of your food. Put some clothes on, for fuck's sake.
What's all this on your head, huh? These feathers.
The
Do you have a flag? No flag, no country can't have one.
Jesus Christ. I actually broke the wheel.
You totally broke the wheel.
I broke my brand pop. The wheels came off.
Oh, you did what,
Just like the wheels came off of this episode.
you did
Yeah.
you wanted Daenerys to. That's the only thing Daenerys wanted was to break that fucking wheel.
I am the prince that was promised.
No, that was John.
Okay.
John, when John was walking to like the ships and he saw Grey Worm, he should have like been acting like, oh man, not the Night's Watch again.
I hate the
Oh damn, Grey Worm, now I gotta go to the Night's Watch. Sucks so bad.
The only place where I really felt like I belonged until people killed me.
Dang. That's so cold.
It is. Well, not as cold as it was, but
Oh, yeah,
So I
right,
got
'cause it's not
laid
winter
for the
anymore.
first time in a cave.
All right.
like
And it's warming up now,
I
so
would
it's
like-
not going to be like absolutely freezing cold and terrible.
And he got reunited with Ghost.
I would like to see.
Good boy.
He's
Fuck that.
Such a good doggo.
I don't even care about that.
I told
Why
you it was going to
not?
happen.
Why didn't you care, Mike?
Yeah, you did say that.
Are
I've
you
been saying
not
I've been saying
anymore?
it since the episode where everybody's pissed off that he didn't pet the dog. It's like, oh, he's going to go north.
The thing is, if he did have like this goodbye with Ghost, like I'm never going to see you again, And then, he sees him again and be like, oh, yay, at least he gets to be back with Ghost. Mm-hmm. But Ghost should have been like, fuck you, man. You abandoned me. You didn't even give me a hug. Come on.
That's what doggos
should
do.
Have bit his hand off.
They're just good boys all the time.
It's a good boy all the time. Yeah. And now they're going to be together forever.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
The
little pet.
I would like to know how much time, because again, like, we have the final scene where it's cutting between the Stark children, and obviously all those things don't happen at the same time, because that's not how the real world works, because again...
This is the real world.
Well, they're all doing the same kind of walk at the same time, and we're just cutting between time. Well, because it's quicker to crown Sansa than it is to make a boat and to walk north.
I don't want to think about time. Go ahead.
But okay.
To your point.
That's why we canceled the Doctor Who podcast.
Yeah.
I just want to know how long John was actually at Castle Black before he leaves. Like, how? Because I know Tormund said they're going to wait for it to get warm before they leave. So like it maybe we don't know exactly how long winter was.
Did he say that?
Yeah. They said they're gonna head
Wait, did he say
north.
that this episode?
No, it was
no. That was the episode where he left.
When he was just like, we're going to go north. I'm going to take Doggo. And like, we're going to wait until it gets warm. And then we're going to head north.
Was he... Is he the new fucking weatherman? Like, did he know that it was going to be this short?
No.
Or like, he was like, this could be years, or...
He had no idea.
He had no idea.
He just didn't want to be... He just didn't want to
right.
fight the fight with everyone else.
Yeah, that wasn't...
Right.
Yeah.
That wasn't their fight.
I mean, the time span of how long it was going to be winter.
Yeah.
That could have been his whole life. I mean, that's basically what was expected, that it's going to be winter for a very long time.
Unless...
So I'm just going to wait it out in the fucking cold.
Well, yeah. John's
that's what he's used to, though. That's where he comes from.
But it's going to get colder. He's used to the normal, summertime cold.
Okay, well.
And then there's the other thing. John's
I don't know.
There's a deleted scene where John goes, Tormund, they said it's going to be the longest winter for 100 years. It's like, no, winter comes from the Night King. We're just going to go back. You stupid Southerner. That's not how weather works. Weather comes from Magic Ice Guy.
Now, without the Night King...
It's just going to get really hot.
Yeah.
It's going to get so hot.
Oh, no.
Everyone's going to be sweltering. It's going to be like Dorne everywhere.
All Dorne all the time.
It's going to be worse than that.
Ugh.
Yeah, because it's going to be because there's going to be so much peace, it's going to be a much less interesting storyline than actual Dorne.
Sea levels are going to rise.
Oh, no.
The coastal cities are going to flood. So Pentos, Bravos, Dragonstone.
Yeah.
Man.
Even
it's
though
terrible.
the city... King's Landing.
Yep.
River Run.
All of them. All the
Is
places.
River Run on the coast?
No.
No. But it's on a river.
Yeah.
River's going to rise it.
Unless it's just a nomenclature.
As long as it just drowns Edmure Tully.
Climate
somebody,
change, huh?
somebody should have just said, Edmure, you couldn't hit a funeral boat with a flaming arrow. You can't fucking be king.
It's so ridiculous.
You turned on your father.
No.
You were fucking during the Red Wedding.
Sorry.
You should have been, so I can't hold that against you.
Oh, that was that guy.
Yeah.
I was asking Tim, like, who the hell is this guy?
It's like, do you know who that guy is? I'm like, yeah, it's a piece of shit.
I don't know who this is. Explain it to me.
What I didn't understand the seat, like how the seating arrangement at the Dragon Pit, because I thought Lord Mutton Chops was
Mutton Chops.
The guy with the big mutton chops that we saw all the
If
time.
you're watching in closed captioning, there's like 3 people that aren't named.
Oh, okay. And they call him Lord Mutton Chops?
No, he has a name because we've seen him a lot, but I thought he was like the commander of the forces of the Eyrie.
Yeah. God damn it, I can't remember his name. I know what you're talking about.
So it's like, why does he get an eye and Robin Aaron gets an eye? How does that work?
I don't know.
Unless he's another... okay. Maybe he's a house. So... I guess it's just the major houses, not necessarily who's...
Well, why would Brienne get a vote? Same thing, right?
Right. So, yeah, I guess because Tarth.
So it is... Yeah, it is
if she's the representative for House Tarth.
Oh.
And then House Tarly, because he's not like anything except...
He's the only Tarly left, yeah.
Or Tarly, that's what I meant, yeah.
And then Davos doesn't get a vote because he's not an actual house.
Mm-hmm.
But he's there. Why is he there?
Because people like him.
He's likable.
He's the most likable character. Yeah. He should have been king, actually.
Wait, who was Sam?
Davos.
Davos, yeah.
What would you?
He said it at least. I don't know.
Like, I'm not sure if I get a vote, but if I do, yeah, sure, why not?
Right.
But if they put Davos on the throne, what would you have thought?
I would have liked it better than Bran. Davos had a great story. And fucking stories, nothing more powerful than stories. I'm D&D. We write stories.
Or we wrote this part of the story because we didn't know what the fuck. Maybe nothing's more important than a story. George R. Martin. If you had wrote it, we wouldn't be in this fucking mess.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's your intro right there.
To be honest, actually, a lot of people should be more mad at George not writing the fucking books and then stop giving D&D so much shit. Because they adapted it fantastic when they had the source material.
Yeah.
But I don't hear anything from George R. R. Martin. All I hear about is, if George R. R. Martin's story is going to be so much better.
Meanwhile,
you know what? D&D signed up for fucking an adaptation. Not writing their own damn story.
And they worked with the plot points that George R. R. Martin gave them.
Right.
And everybody who's like, whoa.
For the first time around, I'd say they do pretty good.
Yeah. The other thing is, I think I may have said this last episode, but everybody's talking about, well, this show is ruined, but at least we'll have the books. It's like, motherfuckers, you shit on the last 2 books.
You're right.
Yeah.
So weird.
Fucking fans are dumb.
So dumb. Fucking Dracarys them all.
Dracarys them all. That's not my Dracarys bank, so.
I got a theory. Dracarys is going to turn into a curse word.
Yeah.
You're like, Dracarys me. Dracarys you.
If you could have put
a curse word.
If you could have put what would your ideal ending have been? Like, let's say you could write the ending.
I don't have an ideal ending. There is no ideal ending.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's an ideal ending. It just
what character ending?
Fucking Bran.
What character ending are you not happy with, and how would you replace it?
Okay, Bran with Davos.
Okay.
Sure. I don't know. I haven't put that much thought into that. So,
what about Tyrion?
Really, fucking any person besides literally any person besides Bran.
I
would have been okay with Grey Worm more than Bran because Bran is not a fucking person anymore.
Well, that's true.
He's crippled. Crippled people aren't people.
No,
oh, Jesus.
No, it's not. It's not what I meant. But you can own that.
Did Danny just fly by because it got hot in here?
Yeah. Ooh.
I don't know.
Bran the brokey legs.
Bran the leggy, no worky.
Bran the bowl cut.
Oh.
Bran the bitch.
Honestly, I do think Bran is of the choices they could make. That Bran is the best choice, narratively.
I think it's a dangerous thing because to have a person who's basically not human be, ruler of humans.
Well, we already have that.
He's like, this is predicting AI, I guess, huh?
Yeah, kind of.
Bran's kind of like AI.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with Bran being ruler over anything.
Eventually he's going to call himself a god. People are going to call him a god because he's going to live 1,000 fucking years.
Yeah.
I'm a god now. I'm not really a king anymore. I'm more of a god.
That would actually probably make a really good series of sequels.
1,000 years into the future, everybody we know is dead except Bran. Ooh. And it'd be easy. You could recast Bran. Because it'd be an old guy.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And he'd be hanging on a tree.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. 1,000 years in the future.
Right.
Everyone's flying spaceships.
There are wheelchair ramps everywhere.
Yeah.
ADA compliant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like it.
One of the weirdest things at the end of this, as John walks away, I did like the. It's kind of ambiguous whether or not John's leaving for good, but I like to think he is.
I think so too.
Because it looked like he didn't expect the door to close behind him. And it's basically the Night's Watch said, yeah, you've done enough. You go north and whatever.
I didn't even recognize that.
Because he looks behind him and he looks like they're closing the door on me. Mm-hmm. And it just seems like it's kind of a way to say,
hey, I'm part of that Night's Watch. Why are you closing the door? I'm supposed to come back. I'm just helping them out the door. You know they helped us save the whole realm. Fuck you, John. You killed the queen.
Your watch is over. Your watch was over a long time ago. They can't make you retake the vows. That's called double jeopardy.
Go watch Torment's dick.
I will. Nothing else matters. I think the weirdest thing was just the show being over now.
Yeah. No, it really is. It's so bizarre.
It's like, wait.
I feel so empty inside.
There's no more Game of Thrones? What's going to fill the Game of Thrones hole in my heart?
I know. I have a hole.
John's knife.
I have a hole in my soul. What am I going to do, guys? What am I going to fill that with?
Chernobyl.
I've been watching...
No fucking way.
I've been watching...
What a white bummer that is.
Is it not good?
It just looks horrible. I mean, I'm sure
it's good.
No, I'm sure it's really good. But it's not something I want to watch.
The Watchmen will be coming soon. And I know I said Westworld is the last season was shit. That trailer looked good.
Nothing's going to fill
I actually haven't seen the trailer yet.
Nothing is going to fill my Game of Thrones hole. But I have
Nothing's going to fill all those walls.
What about the
empty corridor?
It's like a hot dog down a hallway. It's like nothing is going to fill that. But I have been watching Frank and Gracie. Or Gracie and Frankie. Grace and Frankie. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's on Netflix. It's just a feel-good show.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. What's it about?
Old women.
Old women.
Sweet.
That live together.
Like
it's
a Golden Girls?
Kind of. Like their personalities are totally different. And like their husbands of like 40 years decided that they're gay together and they want to live together. And so they divorce their wives, and the wives live together now because like they had this beach house that they had bought together as couples. It's a long convoluted story, but I like it.
All right.
Okay.
But it doesn't fill my Game of Thrones hole.
No, and it shouldn't.
Oh, off of your recommendation, Tim, I started watching the Orville. I definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
It actually is a lot of fun, especially if you're a Star Trek fan. This isn't Star Trek, but it's a lot of fun to watch. It's definitely a really fun show to watch.
Imagine
it's fantastic.
Imagine fun Star Trek.
Yes, exactly. Like you said it the best. That it's kind of like Star Trek, but if it was all your coworkers working,
like the actual fuck ups that you work with.
Yeah, right. Totally. And there's actually a couple like
it's a genius idea. Like they do it. They do it.
The first
like cameo kind of things from Star Trek Next Generation.
Yeah. Well, Jonathan
Frakes
directs a lot of the episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just started season 2. So
okay.
Yeah. Oh, season 2's way better than season 1. Season 1's kind of like it's a little more yuck and of a Star Trek parody. Season 2, you still get some of that, but it actually gets it gets a little more serious, and it's a little more.
It's interesting.
Grown up, yeah. Season 2's really good.
It's like social commentary, but in an interesting way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's Survivor bracket.
Everybody.
Yeah.
So I totally fucked up the Survivor bracket. Yeah, well, Danny lost in round 1 for our bracket.
Didn't make it.
So I totally fucked up the bracket this week for our last episode. It was Sunday, an hour before Game of Thrones came on. It's like, holy shit, I forgot to put the poll up last night.
It really doesn't matter.
It really didn't.
So
what's interesting, and so I only did it on Instagram. So it was Arya and Sansa. And it was a dead fucking tie, 50%. So, yeah, everybody wins.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Game of Thrones hole in your heart, we can say that the HBO president said the prequel pilot starts filming in June.
Okay.
So...
I thought they started production on like 5 of them and Acts 2 of them. So 3 are still kind of going forward.
There's a prequel pilot that begins filming in June, and there's 2 others that are in development.
Oh, okay.
But there's
So
no...
I've heard, like, the words that people use, like, oh, they're in production. Like, to me, that seems like they're actually, not development. Development,
Yeah.
Just a choice of words.
There
makes a big difference.
There's no plans for any spin-offs with any existing characters. That a Game of Thrones or whatever is its own contained story. We're probably never going to see these characters again.
Okay.
I don't know who would want these characters involved. I think that's kind of silly.
And
In a prequel?
No.
Yeah.
In a spin-off or a sequel.
Oh.
Because a spin-off is usually like something from the show that they...
I can't see there being a spin-off from it. It just doesn't make sense. It just...
Yeah, the only
To
way...
me, I would assume that none of
bizarre.
the actors would want to do any spin-offs. The
No
only one you
shit.
could do a spin-off with would be Arya
Yeah, and
or John in the North. Like, hey, we're in the North.
well, you could have something going on the other...
I'm the king of the North still, motherfuckers!
Oh my god.
The true North!
Oh no.
Yeah.
What about Sam?
And that's what they'll call it. They call it Game of Thrones King of the North.
If they
King
just-
of the North.
Honestly, if they just did basically Westeros The Office, where it's just the small council meetings, I'd watch that.
The Master of Coin says that he wants the brothels done. They kind of talk in third person, everybody on the council. It's strange.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's is talking in third person. I do agree. Build those brothels. I mean, if you want to win over the people of King's Landing, you got to build the brothels first.
all 2 of them that are left. Hashtag build those brothels.
Man, if your brothel didn't burn, ooh,
You're getting some business.
yeah, you're jacking your prices up, aren't you?
Among
Especially
other
Are there
after
gonna be
a
enough-
war and everybody wants to fuck.
But are there going to be enough people left to actual brothel? To actually use the brothel?
Well, how the show goes, nobody dies. And if you didn't notice, I think the Unsullied Army doubled this episode somehow. When she's doing her Hitler speech, you know?
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
But yeah, they all
Unsullied
felt-
aren't going to use the brothel. Why would they? What would they use it for?
I don't know. I mean, they
Drink so good.
I'm pretty sure, actually, they
Lunch
still
special.
have dicks, but they just don't have balls.
Who knows?
I was just trying to start that argument again.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Somebody shared a bunch of meme photos where it's like a scene from the show, and then it's the scene of, I don't remember which of the D&Ds it is, but the guy who says Danny just forgot about the Iron Fleet, that guy. And it's just like a scene and, well, we just forgot about blah blah blah. And one of it's Grey Worm in the background, but you can see his bulge. And it's like Grey Worm just forgot he didn't have a dick.
It would make more sense for the Unsullied to not have a dick than balls. Like, you still want testosterone in your fucking army. You don't, but you just don't want them to have a dick where they'd be like, I want to use it.
Did they ever? I know Missandei and Danny.
I don't know.
Missandei and Danny talked about it, and that's how we know they're best friends. But other than that, I don't know if we ever resolved it.
I don't think we ever did.
Yeah, like, what's the
Just came to our
situation
own
down
conclusions.
there? What's going on?
It's a dick carved in a rose.
It's a downstairs mix-up for sure.
That's what.
Jesus.
I guess that's about it for us, isn't it?
That's, yeah.
I don't know.
I never
Is
want
it?
this conversation to end, guys.
5 years in the making.
This is so sad.
4 seasons of Game of Thrones, 1 season of Westworld. But we're coming up on the end here of this series discussion.
Yeah.
But at least it's not the end of Watchers on the Couch as a whole.
No.
If you're subscribed just to the Game of Thrones feed, be aware that there's other Watchers on the Couch feeds, and there's the Watchers on the Couch master feed, which is a gray background with our Watchers on the Couch logo on it. That you can subscribe to that and get every show we do, including Watchers at the movies, which I said the Endgame one should be coming soon, and it's not because things are weird, and we didn't have time to record it on Sunday. The other podcast that I recorded went way too long, and we had to watch Game of Thrones instead of recording that. So Endgame is still in the works. It'll show up eventually, I guess.
We'll see.
But I was on the a Show Me Comic Cast episode where I reunited with Sam Richardson and Jordan Taylor to talk about what's been going on since our last episode of that, as they've kind of revitalized themselves. I'm not really as much a part of Show Me Comics anymore, but the Show Me Comic Cast was our first ever podcast that we did. So it was fun to revisit that for a little bit, and I was going to have them on Endgame, but we just didn't have time. So Endgame will come eventually. As far as other Watchers stuff, we've got The American God Season 2 at some point. As soon as I figure out who all I'm going to do that with, we're going to do that in a more binge-watching fashion, see how that goes. Because I don't think we should do one for every single episode, considering the show's been done for 4 weeks now, or 3 weeks, or something like that. But yeah, keep a lookout for that. Other than that, we're on like hiatus for a while, I think.
But you could say the show is not dead, Neris. Had to give those puns in there.
Donnie, now whose knees are bent.
Oh no.
It's not dumb Neris anymore. It's dead Neris.
Dead Neris.
Yeah, that's right.
But you can expect Mike, Sarah, and I to be back for Westworld Season 3,
Heck yeah.
which is 2020. We've got a bit of a wait.
Thought it was going to be the end of this year.
Mike potentially coming back for Better Call Saul Season 5, also not until 2020.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I forgot to look into that.
Yeah, that's a lot of shit's not until 2020. Castle Rock Season 2 with Chris and Debbie, either late this year or sometime next year, because they're still shooting that.
There's a Season 2?
Of Castle Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
It's not good. It's an anthology like yeah, meh is how I feel about it too.
Really?
Yeah, it's an anthology like American Horror Story. It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be a continuation.
Actually, that is better.
You might like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
I look like that.
and I hinted at it, or I had said it earlier. Doctor Who Series 12, we're not going to do it. We're jumping off the Doctor Who series.
I like when you guys did do it.
Can we still watch it?
We can still watch it.
I didn't watch the show, but I
you
listened to the podcast.
Did you really?
And I liked it. Yeah.
I felt like I don't
fun.
like listening to people shit on things all the time, and I wanted to shit on Doctor Who all the time because it just wasn't as good.
Yeah, no, if you're not enjoying it, don't do it.
So yeah, there's not that. But perhaps The Watchman on the Couch.
Yeah. Just because of the name.
Just because of the name. So that'll be...
King of the North!
King of the North.
We
King of
know
the
a name means everything, right?
So I think if we do that...
A
that
podcast has no name.
Right? I think if we do Watchmen on the Couch, I'm going to have you host that one.
Okay.
And I'll be on it.
Is that from a comic book? Is that a comic book? Did you read the comic book?
Negative.
Same.
But I could do some research.
Same, but
I don't know anything about it.
I watched the movie. But I probably will watch the comic. Did you want to do Watchmen or?
I want to watch it. We'll
Okay.
see if I want to talk about it.
Yeah,
So you're saying having me host because you don't want to be involved doing it?
I want to be on it, but I have another announcement to make, which is going to be taking up some time. So
Okay.
So if we do that, we'll probably need to find a third. Maybe Jimmy, maybe Nick, maybe Chris. We'll see. Who wants to be on it? Maybe somebody new. Who knows?
I'll just do it by myself and I'll do different voices.
That'd be hilarious.
And then I'll just edit it in.
Oh, cool.
I'll do that.
That's a good
I'm okay
idea.
with that.
That's fun.
Yeah, it could be fun.
I like it.
But as far as other things, I would like to announce a new podcast. Chips in a bowl. A new podcast coming this summer. It's called Trapped Under Dice. It is
Great name.
It is our D&D campaign.
Oh, really?
That we started. I am the dungeon master for it, but I started a D&D campaign back in early 2017.
That's so fun.
Sarah is one of the players,
I am.
along with our friend Carol and my parents. My parents.
Yeah,
Want me to show you my dice?
They're your parents.
They're my parents.
Yeah.
So we recently started up the campaign earlier this year. I've been recording some of the stuff, and I'm going to be releasing it in podcast form.
so fun.
Sweet.
I'll be adding a lot of post-production to it, sound effects, things like that. So,
And you can hear us learn how
That's
to play
cool.
D&D.
well, some of it's
They're
going to be
probably a lot
edited
of fun.
out, but you'll catch the next chapter of the Murder Puppies, or whatever their name is. They don't have an official name like other people, but that's coming this summer. Trappedunderdice.com is the website. It's under construction. I will have a announcement episode, which will actually probably just be this soundbite, just to get the feed up and running, so you can subscribe to that. So it's already in your podcast app of choice when we release sometime this summer, probably around August. There will be an episode 0 that I'll put out probably late July, which will just be an episode to get you up to speed with the story so far before we get into the first episode. So
Sweet.
I'm looking forward to that. That's going to take up a lot of time because that's going to be heavy production value, or heavy production value that I can afford to put into it right now. Okay. A lot of sound effects, music, things like that.
You gonna put chips in a bowl as a sound effect?
As a sound effect, maybe. When they're in the tavern.
Cats eating
kibble.
Sorry.
That's all.
You gonna put a dragon sound effect?
Probably.
Shit, like how Dany, when she was giving her speech, like she must have had this conversation with Drogon before.
They're rehearsing.
Like, yeah. All right, now when I say the line, you come in real dramatic like and roar at the crowd. Don't fuck this up, Drogon, all right? This is important.
The dragons have to be pretty smart.
And then, Danny, like, gives a little fucking subtle thumbs up, you know? Like, hey, good job.
What happened was...
Perfect.
When Danny gave her Hitler speech, that roar is just Drogon translating it into dragon.
Oh,
but John speaks dragon, so that's how he finds out. It's like, oh shit! Donut. That's all I've got, guys.
Okay.
You guys got anything?
Nope.
Just I'm sad.
You're sad?
Yeah. I'm feeling the feels, you know.
It's all right. We'll be back. You haven't heard the end of us. There's going to be other stuff, and we'll probably do the pilot episode when we see that. Unless you guys want to get together to talk about this documentary that they're going to put out like next week.
They're putting it out next week?
Sometime in May. Like
on HBO?
Yeah, I think so.
That'd be cool. Yeah, we could get together for that.
Yeah, we might.
We could even do. I wouldn't mind actually doing another final podcast of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe get a couple other people together to talk about it, have their thoughts about the whole season.
Really
and we talk about the whole season, not just this whole episode.
Okay. Yeah. We can totally do that.
Or the whole series.
Yeah, I'm with you. That sounds great.
Whole season,
Let's
whole
do
series.
that. All of it.
Okay.
Talk about all the things.
So I can show everybody my cool book, A Song of Ass and Fire Tits.
That's great. Sarah actually knows how to do some bookbinding, so she could...
You're putting me to work?
No.
What?
Listen, you've made a lot of mistakes, and now it's time for you to pay for your mistakes by...
What?
I'm going to take this book home.
By binding Mike's booby book.
It's gonna be
I
so
promise
sticky.
to bring it back, but I might have to peel the pages.
Pages are going to be
Why do you
like
think I
stuck
Why don't you
together.
just reprint another copy?
Because he doesn't want to do that.
Yeah.
He'd rather just...
Global warming. We'll waste resources.
Warming.
Yeah.
Cut down more trees.
Yep.
I'm going to print more, boobies on a page.
Okay. That's a good place to wrap up, I guess.
Wrap them up.
So,
If you're the Night's Watcher or the King's Guard, you want to wrap it up.
really appreciate this book.
Yeah.
So, in the meantime, follow our social media on Facebook. Just go to watchersonthecouch.com. There you'll find the links to all of our socials. You'll get the updates for the stuff that we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
We'll probably do some bonus episodes on this feed. But again, the master feed will get you everything that you want. And
What was that website again?
watchersonthecouch.com.
Okay, cool.
Did I say it wrong?
No, you said it right.
Okay.
It was watchersonthecouch.com.
Watchersonthecouch.com.
What was it? Watchersonthecouch.com?
Watchers on the couch?
Yeah,
think
the
so.
couch.
.com.
Yeah.
Watchers on the couch.
The couch, yeah, not
Okay.
the.
Yeah.
The.
Make sure you spell it right.
Okay.
Just like I'm at the Mike Daffer, not the Mike Daffer.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Cool.
So yeah, you'll get all the updates on there. So we'll have 2 bonus episodes maybe on the Game of Thrones feed. I'm going to definitely sit down and talk about the pilot for the prequel when it comes out. So, but we might even. So, yeah, this particular Game of Thrones feed might return for the prequel. We don't know.
That's actually a very good thing to say. Is because if you say maybe someone's thinking you're saying like THA.
Who spells it that way?
Rappers. One of those rap guys' girlfriends or something.
Yeah.
Oh, the girls with the big butts.
Yeah.
And I cannot lie.
Right.
Those other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with the itty bitty waist, that round thing in your face, you'll get sprung.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
A song of ass.
Fire tits.
Okay, so that's it. Yeah, watchersonthecouch.com and also maybe check out trappedunderdice.com over the next week or so as well to do me a solid. And if you're interested in dragons and shit, why wouldn't you be interested in hearing us play Dungeons and Dragons?
It's really fun. It's so much fun. You get to hear me yell at his mom and like dad and like just go crazy. You know? Just get angry with everybody.
She gets very angry.
I do.
She
terrible.
takes the game way too seriously.
Horrible to play with. So much fun.
You gotta calm her tits. You know?
Yeah, you know, sometimes Tim never tells me to calm my tits. I don't know why.
She has to roll to calm her tits.
You should just whisper to you. You know,
calm my tits.
Make a tit calming saving throw.
You should probably just like calm your tits right now.
Are you doing ASMR right now?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Roll for tits.
It's called Dungeons and Dragons MSR. I don't know what I'm saying now.
That would be an interesting Dungeons and Dragons podcast. Actually, if everybody did ASMR.
I have chills right now. Oh,
I wouldn't want to
so
do
weird.
that or listen to it, but somebody should do that.
I would listen to it.
Mike, you want to play Dungeons and Dragons?
It could be fun. I don't think I have time for it though.
I could probably
Maybe
get you.
I do. I don't know.
Yeah, we might get you in on a one shot or.
Ooh, you could do a one shot, yeah.
You can do one shot?
Yeah, totally.
I'll just bring you in as like a character just for the situation.
Yeah.
And you like play a game or two.
It's fun.
Can I be Tyrion?
You can be a Tyrion type character.
Yeah.
I mean, I promise I would be imp partial.
Oh.
But I would not be impotent. Oh.
You're a good man.
Gotta get those last puns in there.
Oh my god.
Okay, well, on that note, we've been delaying the end of this episode enough.
I never wanted to end.
We never wanted to end, but I do have to edit it and get it out before I have to go to bed.
Fine.
So, I'm Tim Pickerel.
I'm Sarah Pickerel.
And I'm Mike Daffron.
And now our watch has ended. Until next time, I guess.
Whatever that is.
However we end that.
Right. Bye.
Bye. The Queen in the North.
Queen in the North.
Queen for the North.
Queen in the North.
Queen in the North.
Queen for the North.
Queen in the North.
Queen of the North.
Queen for the North.
Queen of the North. Queen of the
Fucking
North.
bitch.
En vinterväl var dornat.
And the crowd went fucking wild. Trouble is, means I am a donut. And, this is true. It means I'm a donut.